My name's John. I am quite new to C3 Upper North Shore. After I left school, it would be safe to say I hadn't set foot in a church for 30 years. If you told me 12 months ago that I would be sitting here today, I would probably have laughed. Having said that, 2024 was a very difficult year for me personally. There were health crises, family issues, deaths, work issues, all just mounting up to the point where I didn't realize it, but I was falling under the weight of it. It was a friend of mine who noticed this. It was during one of our conversations that this friend noticed that whilst I tried to pass things off as just being normal, perhaps they weren't. So she invited me to come along to church. First time, I didn't come, nor the second. But she just very gently kept encouraging me to come along. And it was after one of our meetings where for the third time she said to me, "This week I'm going to be on the keyboards at church. Why don't you just come along and have a look?" So I did. It was very different to what I had known. Growing up in an all-boys school, it was very fire and brimstone. So to turn up to a church that was the polar opposite of what I had known immediately made me feel, there's no other way I can describe it, made me feel welcome. The Tuesday before I turned up at church, my godfather had passed away. I'd never been baptized as a child. I brought this up with my family one time when I was about 10. Not to paint my mother in a bad light, but she dipped her fingers into her drink, flicked it on my head and said, "There, you're baptized." Our family friends who were sitting there, Debbie and Godfrey, they're your godparents. All done. And so, that week that I turned up at church, my godfather had passed away at 80. So it's safe to say that baptism was on my mind. On that Sunday, water baptism was mentioned and it stuck with me. So over the course of the next few weeks, lots of conversations with Pastors Jake, Pastor Tyler, my dear friend who had introduced me to church, Manuela. I'm a classic overthinker. So I needed answers. I needed to know more. And the more I looked into it, the more I learned, the more it felt like it was what I needed to do. Baptism is the public declaration of putting your faith into Jesus and accepting Him as your Savior. And I felt that's what I wanted to do. That was it. I went, I did it. It was truly a wonderful experience, a wonderful day. During all of those trials, I guess you'd call them, I'd had a quote going through my head and I never knew where it had come from. Don't be overcome by evil, instead overcome evil with good. And it was during one of my chats with Pastor Jake, I relayed that on to him and he immediately said, "Well, John, that's a Bible verse. It's from Romans." I hadn't picked up a Bible since I had left school. So for that to have stuck in my mind all through, months and months and months of trials and tribulations, now looking back on it, I think that was God trying to say, "Come back, it's time." Since that day, I'm finding my way through it better with my loved ones, God, and my church community. I feel I'm better equipped to deal with these things. I'm finding more meaning and more goodness in my life day by day. So I encourage you wholeheartedly, take the step.